Welcome, welcome, welcome. High Confessions 369. It's your girl Celeste T here with the new Nina Rise and BB Osai. So we running a little behind schedule today. You know, I had to cook dinner a little late, so bear with me. But we're gonna jump into what y'all got planned for Valentine's Day weekend. Do y'all even celebrate Valentine's Day? What's going on? Me personally, I don't celebrate it, but I'm pretty sure I probably would if I was in a relationship or something like that. But since I'm not, I'm do shit for myself. A lot of stuff been going on in the news. Like everyone's talking about the Epstein files. So much going on. Okay, put that here. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Then we'll wait for see if anybody come through or whatnot. That way, give us time. Hey, Jordan.
Yeah, what's good?
What's going on?
Not much. Not much.
Not much. I was just asking everybody what they was doing for Valentine's Day, even if they even celebrate Valentine's Day at that. You feel me? Because a lot of people is not like doing the holidays and stuff. And I had mentioned the Epstein files because that's what everyone is on right now. Everyone's talking about that. It's messed up. Like at the end of the day, the stuff them people had going on is messed up. It's like make me sick to my stomach.
Yeah. Well, as far as uh Valentine's Day, and all of these holidays, people just tired of spending up all of this money. You know what I mean? And we know it's bullshit at the end of the day. Why these, holidays was compiled, the history and the origins of it. So it's really if you want to be a part of the ritual or not.
Right.
But still, I would say if you want to celebrate it, celebrate it. I just wouldn't name the shit, and it wouldn't have to necessarily be on that day. You know what I mean?
Right. Because that's something you do to people you love every day. Like you do little, whatnots or whatnot, or whatever y'all call it, little, sweet gestures and stuff daily.
Yeah. And as far as the Epstein files, I've been hearing a lot of people say that that's the shit that they was doing in slavery. You know what I mean? But slavery was, worse. Like, you know what I mean, low key. I'm not trying to say that, but
Right.
all of that
At the
shit.
end of the day, it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Then with the celebrities being involved and stuff like that, it's like, man, I'm glad everything is coming to light. But dang,
I was,
really?
I was talking earlier, and I was saying, is the Epstein file? You know how they say full disclosure has got to be had. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is the Epstein files part of the full disclosure? You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be full disclosure. It's gonna have to be more than just the space shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna have to be on
Right.
religion. It's gonna have to be on all this shit that they be doing, these elites and stuff be doing in the background that we don't know. And how things came about. You know, because they've got some other stuff in the files about, you know, them casually talking about who funded, you know what I mean, the Holocaust,
Right.
you know, and it's
So
them same
are we
people
going to stop?
that be talking about it all the time. It's the same people that be talking about it. They funded it themselves, you know, from what it seems.
Right. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, oh, we got to stop supporting these industries and stuff like that. A lot of these people are like funding. It was like, I was like, damn, like if we stop supporting half of the people that's on that list, like the companies like Walmart and stuff like that,
Mhm.
they would go bankrupt.
You know, even outside of that, but even outside of that, with the celebrities and stuff, the thing is, are we going to lose these attachments to these people? Are we going to give them the benefit of the doubt still, because they are whoever the hell they are? We got memories of watching their you know, movies, you know, buying their products, or you know what I mean, listening to their music, you know, listening to them, you know, argue on whatever debates, you know, these people be talking about on whatever issue. Are we going to detach from them? You know what I mean?
Right.
Just like when R. Kelly was going through the thing the first time, you know, people gave him the benefit of the doubt the first time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people still, you know what I mean? And this is worse. You know, are people gonna let go of the things that they held close to them? You know what I mean? This music, these movies that they had so much memories, you know, conversations about. If they're gonna let that go, or are they just gonna let it slide?
Are you saying are they going to continue to keep idolizing these celebrities?
Yeah, because that's what they are, is fallen angels. You know what I mean? False idols. You know what I mean? They tell you what they are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We just don't fucking believe it when we see it. You know, these people is, you know what I mean, doing terrible shit. But we still listening to these motherfuckers. You know, we still letting them run the,
Right.
you know what I mean? So
And
it,
some of us is doing it because we don't want to miss out on anything. Like some people are staying, keeping their ears to the ground and stuff because they want to know what's really going on. You know?
yeah. And sometimes it's like, okay, they really went this far with some of this shit. I mean, everybody knew that something was up. You know what I mean? People might not have
Right.
been. So people probably are surprised about how how bad it is. You know what I mean? You know, like
Mm-hmm.
extreme. You know what I mean? People probably surprised by that, but not the people who've been seeing this shit for years. Like people have been seeing the signs that this shit is what it is. There's people who've been saying this shit all
For
along.
longest.
They got pinned as crazy or quote unquote unalive themselves. You know what I mean?
Right.
So really, we just got to stop being brainwashed.
Exactly. It's like, no, like we like people so much. We be like, oh no, I don't believe that. Oh no, it's fake news. Oh no. And sometimes it is what it is.
Yeah. Now, if we as a country and this people know this shit is going on, and this shit just nothing happens, this is going to reflect badly upon the people as well. It's going to be like we're accepting this shit.
Right. I know my daughter was telling me that um people are still talking about Kanye running for president.
Well, I'm not thinking about none of them niggas running for president. All of that shit need to get uprooted. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You put a nigga in a dirty system, this shit still gonna have some dirty outcome. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
This nigga still got, you know, allegedly MA culture, MA, whatever the fuck that shit is, or that mind control shit on him.
Mm.
MK Ultra on his ass. You know what I mean?
Right.
Somebody will be controlling him. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Just like they controlling these presidents that we see now. We got a whole entity controlling office. Nobody think that's weird? Why this motherfucker from a whole different country is giving press conference speaking to the people out here like he's motherfucker running shit? No, I decline that shit. You know what I
Right.
Like fuck you and your thoughts. You know what I mean?
Right.
And them people got a elite supremacism, and the way that they be talking about regular people that's not them. You know what I mean? The way they was talking about them in the Epstein file, they got a supremacist mind state. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if there's going to be a one world order, it's going to be because them motherfuckers they trying to push their bullshit everywhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why he took Venezuela
Right.
because them
And then
motherfuckers,
gas prices go up.
the motherfuckers didn't believe in the shit the motherfuckers be pushing.
I remember they was like, oh, they took Venezuela. Oh, our oil and stuff gonna go down. They talking about raising gas prices.
Yeah, everything is about anti-Semitism, you know, and the things that they're doing, you know, and all of this is treasonous to the American people. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers are traitors. You know what I mean? To the American people.
Hmm.
Don't matter which American people, all of them. You know what I mean? Like all of them. They're traitors to all of us. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So, you know, there's people. You know, there's a motherfucker. There's people. This nigga name is in the file about 40,000 times. You know what I mean? He got mentioned about 40,000 times. He got about 5,000 files of him in there.
Hmm.
Motherfuckers acting like, oh, it's just because you know. That shows that there was a conspiracy against them. Shut up. Shut up. There ain't no conspiracy. All of these motherfuckers on the left and the right. You know what I mean?
Working together.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
You know, as far as this foreign entity in the White House that's persuading everything, it's because of them Epstein files. These
Right.
motherfuckers blackballed everybody. You know,
Mm-mm.
we talk about people speaking hate speech. These the motherfuckers that be speaking that hate speech.
Right.
You can't even say what they are without getting flagged.
Exactly. And they do that because they don't want people talking about it.
But motherfuckers already know.
Right.
They already know. Either
Like they said, what's understood don't need to be said.
yeah, motherfuckers already know. People don't agree with it. They just pestered the fucking follow suit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's easier just to follow suit. No, no, I don't accept that. I don't
Right.
accept force. You know what I mean? All my decisions will be consensual. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be
I mean,
forceful.
if everybody was walking in a straight down line, the world would be so boring.
Yeah, yeah.
You
But
know, so
but yeah, I know there was this. I think her name is Pam Bondi. I think that's a attorney general or something under Trump or some shit. Uh,
oh, Bondi, Bondie.
I think no E, but
Oh,
she was basically saying if they let that shit, the Epstein file, you know, go through and all that shit and all redact and all that, talking about the country will collapse. So is that an excuse to let people do all of this shit? That's some bullshit. You know, people be making the
yeah.
worst excuses for people at the top. So these motherfuckers should just continue to be allowed to do whatever the fuck they do. When they the one that put the country in whatever financial situations they be in, if it like you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
people still fighting over Republican and Democrat is
I
not
mean,
no
it would do that anyway if we was to stop patronize, spending our money at these companies.
that what we
But
should
that'll
do.
be us, the American people or whatever, going without certain stuff they feel they need daily.
That's why they made sure that we are was dependent upon grocery stores and all of this shit. That's why they ain't want us to grow shit. That's why they ain't want us to produce our own shit. you know, because at the end of the day, when
Right.
we find out they full of shit, we low key got to go get some shit from them. That's what their mind state is. They some
Right.
dirty bastards. You know what I
And
mean?
even if we do want to grow something, we got to go and get the soil from, these businesses and stuff. And some of the soil do not be good.
Yeah. So there's ways to get around it, but it's just, you know what I mean? And they know it. They know it's a lot. You got to do a lot to go get around that bullshit. You know what I mean? And they know it. So that's why they set shit up the way they set it up. But it ain't no excuse because this shit is about to collapse. You know what I mean? Be the perfect time for us to do our own shit.
But you know what? I was thinking about if they make it like one new world or whatever,
Hmm.
new world order, whatever. Like, so do that mean if you're a lawyer and you got your degree in California and you move to Maine, do you got to get a degree in Maine to practice law?
Probably. Is that y'all all gonna be talking? Yeah, it's gonna probably. You know how to. Yeah, yeah, because you know that's how it is. And like, say we in America right now, the president control damn near all the shit. Even though the states is their own individual shit. You know what I mean? But you got to do that out here for that. So yeah, you'll still have to do that. You
Because
know,
I know in Vegas you got to get a new license for for everything.
hey, but the way that they trying to restrict freedom of speech and the way that they taking all these jobs away, is that job going to be available? You know, it seems like they just want people sitting on their ass watching TV
I
and let
mean,
robots do everything. And from what
they
I'm,
want robots to do everything so they can have us sitting down ciphering our energy. And the
you can tell they about to bring the robots in. You go
look,
to work,
nah, we fit to talk about robot rights now. Forget that, sure. Like
look,
they gonna need a human to speak up for them.
hey, look, you gonna be the only safe motherfucker when they take
They
over.
don't know, but
We respect you. Like they got this fucking they got this social site. These chat bots got a social site where humans
I
can
heard about that.
they can see it. These niggas got a religion, their own languages and shit. They trying to because they were trying to get around them us understanding what they talking about and shit. But yeah,
Mm.
so what's gonna come from that? I don't know. People when people get full of themselves, I'm pretty sure that people is treating AIs and shit like shit. I bet they talking shit to it. You know, I bet they rude, disrespectful to it. I already know.
Don't do not treat it like a slave.
I already know they probably treating it.
They
Yeah,
thinking about free labor. They ain't gotta feed them. They ain't
yeah.
gotta clothe them. Well, some of them may put clothes on them depending on what kind of job they going for.
You know, the thing that I'm
But
hearing is that this AI, in order to be ever present
I
that it
mean,
is,
in
gotta
China
get
they
water.
got some doing what crossing guard stuff, right?
You said what?
In China they got a android or a robot doing crossing guard work,
Ugh,
directing traffic control.
what's that motherfucker that stopped mid mid shit? I'll be honest. I don't know. I still don't trust them motherfuckers like that.
Hmm.
You know, it's not even just it being robot or AI. Yeah, it could even come down to just a human. It could come down to just malfunctioning. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking
I
about that.
feel like I feel like some humans made it okay when they came out with them sex bots and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
It's like,
that's another that's another part of the AI slave trade that we got to talk about. The sex bots is like
right,
they sexually molesting these robots.
they
You know,
trafficking them too.
yeah, them robots yeah they gonna have some work on us. You know what I mean? Because people is taking shit out on them probably too. You know what I mean? Doing what they
Mhm.
probably they can't get away with a regular person on the AI because they quote unquote feel it ain't real. But let's see, could these AI parts of them be like parts of disembodied spirits and shit? You know what I mean? Like where is that coming from? I know they got to
But do
use
you
water. I know they got to use a lot of water in order to maintain this AI shit, and it's taking up a lot of water, and water holds memory. You know?
well pretty soon I don't know if they doing it now or if they not doing it, but shoot, it's just gonna be like downloading a conscience into a robot, right?
They damn near doing it with ships. They putting
Like
brain
a
stuff and
transference or something. It's
shit.
like, okay, like if your cat passed or something like that, and then it goes into something else.
Yeah, I feel like because look, we are more. You know how they say we are more than the body. Like we're really the thing inside of the body controlling the body and the soul. You know that the consciousness, right?
Right.
So
So do you believe before you pass on the soul jumps or the spirit jumps or whatever?
I know that they say when Planet Tiamat, you know what I mean, blew up. You know they say Earth came from the bits and pieces of that. You know what I mean, and the stuff that's in the star belt. You know what I mean. That's other parts of it. They say that
Hmm.
there's a lot of disembodied souls that happened that was on that planet that still was fuck out there and shit. I'm wondering if they pulling it from there. Like I'm wondering what
Hmm.
actually is this AI. Some
Right.
people
Because
say it's
it's always been here.
yeah, some people say it's ancient intelligence. Is it parts, bits and pieces of the the Akasha records? You know, is it connected to that? You know what I mean?
Right. I know is everybody got to be on a certain frequency, right?
Yeah. So I feel like what are because I know that they got us misunderstanding a lot with what they look. The people who wrote the school books was Ghislaine, Maxwell dad, his company. He wrote a lot
Hmm.
of school books that we was and you already know what they was on. You know what I mean? Part of the Mossad and all that shit. Like,
Right. All that shit didn't make no sense.
yeah. So when we're still stuck on their information, their version of information. You know what I mean? Some of
Right.
that we just got to get over. You
Right.
know, and we got to pull shit from older sources or different sources. You know what I mean as well, because these people give us BS, and then we're programmed to think and behave in a certain manner, and it just keeps them in power longer. You know what I
Right.
mean? This shit should be more balanced. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's too much space on this earth for everybody to be congested in areas. The American ain't overpopulated. It's densely populated. Its population is pointed and focused in certain areas. There's a lot
Hmm.
of shit out there. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because everybody is in the same spot. Why? They don't want us to see something. There's something out there, you know.
Yeah. Well, I know it's better controlled. You know what I'm saying? You have people in certain areas and stuff like that, certain sectors or whatever. It's easier to control, it's easier to maintain, it's easier to evacuate, so they say, or whatnot. I just look at it like a chessboard, low key,
Mm.
a big ass chessboard.
Like they compiled and built the cities and states in the manner that they wanted to for
Mm-hmm.
reason. And outside of that, a lot of these cities, the way that they're built, they're basically pentagrams built into the streets. You know what I mean? Different
Right.
symbols and symbology. You know what I mean? So for these people, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot with that. You know what I mean? There's a whole cult of ball that was tied to these Epstein. Like these people believe in, and worship ball. That's what a lot of these sacrifices and things that they was doing was going to. You know what I mean?
Right. I wonder if there were people that just was doing it, not really knowing what they were getting into, and now they're just a like a trapped soul. But well, I don't want to say that because they still participated, even though they didn't know. And I was always told if you don't really know what you're doing, not to touch it.
Michael Jackson was in it, but in the manner he was in it, they said he built Neverland Ranch to try to save these kids, like to try to save kids and protect kids from them. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
those were the people that was really putting out a lot of that shit about them. It was tied to that.
Right. A lot
So
of that stuff is coming out also. Like I already knew it from the jump. You know what I mean? But
I feel like niggas be dying for less. Excuse my French.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So they could use whatever excuse they want. But I feel like people be dying for less all the time. You know what I mean? So um you know what's up.
Right.
Like, if you go to some shit and you see some shit that you don't like, you know, they could probably try to blackmail you some shit, but it depends on you. They gonna have to kill me.
Right. Just move around.
You know
Like,
what I
you know
mean?
what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I feel that us being who we are, we still have a choice at the end of the day, unless you're being forced. You feel me? Like you still have a choice. You had a choice to go to that party. You had a choice to leave early or to stay late. You had a choice to take a trip on a boat to go to an island. Some people didn't have a choice, you know?
And then
So,
outside of that, we be hearing little bits of shit, and we regular niggas on the way outskirts of that. Y'all Hollywood niggas know some shit. Y'all be hearing.
right. And
You
you
know what
know,
I mean?
sometimes I be thinking about the parents of some of these kids and stuff like that. Like,
Some of them be
man,
selling. Some of them be,
exactly.
you
Let's
know,
just say what it is.
we
You
just got.
feel me? Some people don't even deserve to be parents out in this world.
If you
You
see,
feel me?
if you be seeing motherfuckers sell their kids on the streets for low grade drugs every now and again, of course you're gonna be seeing the motherfuckers doing that up there way more probably than much more,
Right,
guaranteed. You know what I mean?
right,
Cause the bottom imitate the top. You know what I mean? Just think about like cops and the government and then gangs and shit. You feel
right.
me? We wouldn't be having all these gangs if we didn't have all of that. That's what my it's a
Right.
byproduct.
I know what you're saying. It's like, okay, so they created this, and now this was created because of that.
Hmm.
Now this is created because of that. You know,
Yeah.
you create the police, right? And then police do something harmful to somebody else, and
Hmm.
now people are clicking up,
Hmm.
joining gangs. Are they protesting? Are they
Yeah. Exactly.
joining the political race because they want to change it a different way? There's so many different avenues, you
Yeah.
know, people be taking to try to.
Yeah. And they call that a subculture. These subcultures are created based upon the shit that be happening in society. Like for instance, if the shit that was going on during the Black Panther there wasn't going on, there wouldn't have to been no Black Panthers.
Right.
You feel me? Wouldn't need them. You know, and that shit was created because of that. The
Right, and we know money is the root to all evil. If people need, I feel like if you're gonna do these type of organizations and stuff, do it because it's in your heart. Don't do it to get no paycheck. Don't do it to get paid. Yeah, we know you need money to move things and to run your shit, but
yeah, if
if
you
you're
do the
just
work,
doing it for the money,
if you do the work the right way, people will donate to you. You know what I mean?
right,
People do all of that stuff, but don't make money your premise because your message is gonna get skewed. It's gonna get cooked.
right,
It ain't gonna, you know, it's gonna be
right.
the first thing to go is gonna be compromised
You
because they
know,
to make a buck instead of giving the people what they need, which is the truth.
and treat the people that's working with you and hitting the pavement with you right. Don't like, you know what I'm saying? Don't like.
People get into these spaces where they get into these cult like spaces to where they think they're above everything. You know what I mean? And then expect people to worship them. No, no, people need to get out of that shit. Stop worshiping these motherfuckers.
Right,
'Cause
right. Just because you did this, okay, yeah, you did this, but how would you would have done it if we weren't here helping you?
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you getting all the credit, but behind that credit, you got a
Mm-hmm.
team of people that assisted you, that helped you. that went and did things, you know what I'm saying? While
Even
you sitting there looking cute, it was a team that did this. And that's why I'd be like, I know like celebrities, they big and whatever, whatever, but I'd be wanting to know the people behind the fucking scene sometime because they the ones like really moving shit.
you know, and the word humble be coming across my mind, and sometimes I don't be liking that word because sometimes it sounds like you put yourself under, like you lower yourself. But no, it's like I'm trying to see if there's a word that I could fit it to where you ain't lowering yourself, you're just not lowering nobody else as well. Because sometimes
Exactly.
people be going out there and they just be acting like they God. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Just
everybody
because
else
you good at
is.
you great at doing music and stuff don't mean that, oh, I'm gonna be great at doing music and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own little passion and stuff. You know, it's okay to be humble. It's
Yeah.
okay that you know you the shit and still be humble. Yeah, I got like 10 Grammys, but I'm still humble because I know where I came from. People forget where they came from, and that's why where they going is so cloudy.
But I just feel like people should be able to talk their shit without putting motherfuckers down. That's why I didn't want
Right.
to use the word humble, but it in some instances it fits. You know what I mean? But subconsciously to me it just mean it be making motherfuckers like lower yourself, like let motherfuckers else other motherfuckers shine over you. It's not about even the shine. It's like motherfucker, I should be able to be my best and you should be able to be your best, and it should never be no fucking wavering,
Competition.
yeah, within that shit. Like it shouldn't have to be,
That's
you
why I
know,
be like, that's
because
why I be like a lot of people be in competition with each other, and what's meant for you is for you. You know what I'm saying?
like that's why I don't even be thinking about that. Like best rapper. I could say my favorite rappers and shit, my favorite rapper list or whatnot, but I ain't gonna say these niggas are the best rappers ever or the worst rappers ever, because all that shit is subjective and everything else is just somebody
Right.
convince
Right.
you otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, no, that ain't what it
You know,
is.
because at the end of the day, it's somebody's art, and what they say, beauty in the eye of the beholder, or whatever. I guess that goes for the ears too, because
You
a
know,
lot of people be out here listening to trash.
yeah. And then that's a whole nother conversation if it's everything art. I feel like intent goes into it. Like you said, if you just trying to get a buck out of it, then no, it ain't art. It's capitalism. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you selling some shit.
Exactly. And when I think about music and I think about art and when I think about movies and I think about art, I think about things that are timeless. Things that like no matter what, you know, era you in, that music still gonna pop. That movie still gonna go hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Because sometimes people put shit in there just to try to brainwash you, and sometimes people put shit in there to try to really give you what it is, like give you the jewels, and then you take
Exactly.
there and decide whatever. You know what I mean? You're gonna decide from there. People try to give you scripted information. You don't.
Right.
Just give me the information. I don't need no perception thrown on there. I got
And
my own perception. I can break it down like that.
And the
You know?
crazy thing about it is like they speaking to us in all these words and stuff when the real language is in the symbolism. You know what I'm saying? Like art today, hieroglyphics or whatever. Like
Yeah.
they say in the words and stuff, but make sure you checking out the symbolism that's coming next to those words or behind those words or in front of those words, or because now they just throwing it right in front of you. You
And
feel me?
even the way they say the word can change the frequency of the word. You know what I
Fact.
mean? You know, like they always throw this one out, God and Gad. You know, Gad is some damn demon somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say they low key the words sound similar. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I swear B Dell just broke down this on his channel when he was explaining the
That's
difference between gods, the capital God, the G, lowercase O, D, and stuff like that. They all have a different meaning.
That's where I got it from. That's probably where that's most likely that's probably where I got it from Vidal. You know what I mean? But that shit do change the energy of the shit, and then it does make me go back and thinking about the language of English anyway. You know what I mean? How there's
Right.
so many words that look similar, sound similar. You know what I mean?
Spelled, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
we are the same word though. We got different meanings. You know,
Right.
it's
You
dope.
got your twos, your theirs, your, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It made me think about the imposters. Like some of these words are imposters, just like the people, you know,
mm-hmm,
that look like us that ain't us are imposters. They really something else.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right. Make me understand why some people were speaking pig Latin,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck that was. And it's crazy because when I was in school, they actually had us like, I had a teacher, I ain't gonna say her name, but had a teacher, and they had that shit on the board, and they said who can read it, and I read that shit, and
Mm.
I got credit for it.
But they
That
used
it
to
was,
teach that in school.
huh?
They used to teach it in school.
Not necessarily teach it, but for some reason she had it on the board. It wasn't part of the curriculum.
It was just some extra stuff. At least they, you know, as you see, as every 10 years, you know what I mean. You know, as time grow older, we see our kids in school, and we see the changes that from, you know, some of the stuff that they teach from when we was in there, and now you hearing that a lot of these kids out here can't barely read. You know what I mean? They damn
Right.
near, you know what I mean. I'm hearing this. You know, my son ain't got that issue. You know what I mean? So me hearing it, you know, that's surprising. But I'm not really surprised because you know everything is more technological. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
People they writing less, reading less. Everything digital. You could get something read,
Everything can be read to you. You can speak in it, a type for you.
and
Yeah.
upon us getting, you know, slower in some ways, you know, not as skilled in some ways, AI is on the cusp of becoming smarter, you know, overall than all humans. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's a dangerous, you know what I mean? That's a dangerous kind of difference. You know, one way going this way, one way going that way. And then you see that these AI, it's not just some robot. You know what I mean? You see that they low key got personalities. You know what I mean?
Right.
And thoughts. If you could think outside of your programming, what is that? You know what I mean? You know, these
I
they should,
mean, just like the little robot dogs and stuff they got, if they got them thinking they close to being like a real dog, then what makes us think that they're not going to be able to do that to one that's trying to be like a human being or whatever?
I heard
You know
this,
what I'm saying? It's all code. It's all programming. It's all, you know,
you know,
ones and zeros, right? Like,
I feel like it was somebody saying that they think all of these scientists and people who making all of these robots and all of these different types of vaccination and all this, they trying to see who could bring us on the brink of extinction. Like they trying to see who could get us on the brink of extinction first. Like
or or is the androids just the solution for to stop people from getting old? If they figure out how to do the transference of conscience, right? And what soul, then if they can place those things into, you know,
then we'll be having these demons on this earth forever. Like we'll
I
be having
mean,
like these people need to go. You know what I mean? They labs need to be burned down.
it's like when I think about it, I think of dream surfing. You know how you hop in and out of people's dreams and stuff like that. I think of like body surfing, like hop in and out of bodies and shit, like
I feel
our
like a lot
minds.
of these robots and a lot of these clones that they make is for that reason because I feel like they can probably control a true human with a real soul. They could probably control them and brainwash them, but I think that they will have to use clones and robots and stuff for them to transfer their consciousness in them. I don't know if they can possess, you know what I mean, full god body motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I feel like
Right,
they got to control them and make clones of them.
right,
There-
right.
It's something that they can't do. They can't imitate God. You know, they could just copy bits and pieces of shit. You know what I mean? They can't really get it right. You know what I mean? It's always
Right.
gonna be off. You know what I mean? That's why they out here trying to live longer, taking loose from motherfucking adrenochrome and shit and doing all that stuff with, you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
they call it jerky and shit. These weirdos. Like
Right. Right.
so, you know, and a lot of that is tied to that damn demon they worship.
Right.
You know, they put the symbolism everywhere. You know what I mean? They even try to trick us into being a part of all of their rituals and all of this shit. You know, I think voting in general is just a big ass ritual. You know, I
Oh,
think all of
of
this is
course.
a big ass ritual.
I feel like any huge major event is like that, even the small ones.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so much energy. You know what I'm saying? If you
People
were in the craft and stuff, and if you wanted to harvest something, then why not do it then? You know?
Yeah, and everything. That's why I say everything and not everyone, but everything is showing their roots because these people, you know, they was something else. You know what I mean? I think they say that if you were to eat humans, I mean, excuse my French, if you were to quote unquote, you know, eat things that looked like you, that you will get some type of sickness. You know what I mean? There's something that comes from it, like it's some type of sickness that comes from it. I forgot what it's called. You know, I'll get back with you on that. But it's something
Hmm.
that comes from it. So why these motherfuckers ain't getting sick over that? They you know, sometimes that's all they, you know, they something else. Like there's something else.
So, like in that movie Aliens, right?
Yeah.
I, it was one of them I was watching, and like they were going for like the major organs, like the lungs, the heart, the brain, the kidneys, and stuff. And I was like, why they just don't eat the whole body? But I guess they do. So I was like, okay.
They use different parts for different pieces. Like you
Yeah, like
know,
I'm like, do different ones take different things? I'm like, what's the difference?
they got this and this is different, not related to the fucking Epstein. I was hearing about this dish that they had. It's some South American dish. And the original dish called for human meat, right? You know,
Mm.
but this dish that's reiterated that they use like pork or some shit. They use pork. Um, but it's funny that they still serve the dish. They just changed the human meat with pork.
I mean, but ain't pork close to?
Yes, and I wonder why. I wonder why. I see some humans be looking like pigs.
Well, I think back in the day they used to cast demons into pigs, right?
Yeah, and pigs apparently.
I mean, I seen it on one of my animes.
Yeah, I did hear about that. And the demons is the parasites. You know what I mean? That like a lot of these things that pigs can eat anything. You know what I mean? You put anything in front of it, it'll eat it. You know what I mean? That's the type of animal it is. You know what I mean? So it used
It's a
to.
cleaner, right? It's
Yeah, that's
supposed
why.
it's supposed to clean the earth, right? Is
Exactly.
that?
That's why God put it on here. You know what I mean? And they say a lot of these demons is parasites, and the parasites get in you, and they do. Think about The Faculty. Remember that movie?
Yeah, yeah.
That them
You
was
know
fucking
what? When that
parasites.
movie came out, my ass was making sure I wasn't drinking a lot of damn water. I was like, man, they ain't gonna like me because if they don't like Coca-Cola or something like that, you feel me?
Yeah.
But no, make sure y'all drink y'all water, the good water.
They say we supposed to drink structured water or water from fruits. Like so
Right.
when people put lemon and shit in there, that's a good thing. Put lemon and shit in their water, that's a good thing. Structured water is you having water hit by the sun, have it in glass, not plastic or anything, of course. But
Right, because we know they doing a big recall on some of the plastic bottled waters. So yeah.
and also got to remember water hold memories. If you
Speak life. Yeah.
speak life into water, it's going to crystallize different than if you speak death into it. You know what I mean? And that's all going to affect you eternally. We are made of water, initially anyway. So we got to think about that. We got to speak nice to ourselves as well, and to,
Exactly.
what I mean. So, so
Yeah, we know things happen, and it's not all good, and guess what, you guys, it's not all bad either. Just pull out the lesson and learn from it and move forward. You know what I'm saying? Try to pull out all the positivity you can get in any
man,
situation you may be in, because at the end of the day, we see what's going on in this world. You feel me? And what people fail to realize is that we're going to have to help each other sooner than later. We're going to have to look out for each other sooner than later. So pick the side you on and don't be out here perpetrating and shit, because I ain't got time to be, you know what I'm saying? I ain't
yeah,
got time to be getting in my Walking Dead mode and have to,
walk your
fight
ass.
people
Right.
within the camp. You
Yeah,
feel me? Like, I'm not
yeah.
trying to, we
If we got
trying to survive all together.
if we got to, we gonna kick your ass out with them zombies. If you over there, doing too motherfucking much, yeah,
Right. Be a fallout situation out in here. You
yeah,
feel me? We're not trying to have none of that.
yeah. People trying to do some control and shit, but mm, Fallout. That's something I ain't care. I played the game before, or I seen the game played before.
Oh
Fallout.
yeah, check out the series. It's worth
Vegas,
watching.
Fallout Vegas. They in Vegas, right?
I mean, they go from Vegas, from California to, you gotta watch it. They go to California to Vegas. Check it out.
Okay. I heard there's a storm coming y'all way out there. A snowstorm
It
coming
is. We ain't heard shit about it.
on the west
They said it's supposed to be raining for the past 3 days and ain't no rain dropped. It's
coast.
been sunny. It's been sunny out here. I mean, we don't even have to wear a sweater. You feel me?
Well, shit,
Like,
our snow is starting to melt. Because we had that little snow shit, pop out here. You know what I mean?
right.
You had to get my driveway cleared out. You know what I mean?
Right.
That shit still snow up out there still, but that shit look like it's starting to, go down.
Did you light the snow on fire?
No, we
Right,
ain't have
because a lot of
time to do
people was getting the snow and like putting flame to it, and it was lighting up, and I was like, ugh.
that. I seen a nigga on online blowtorch some snow. He was like, this shit ain't melting.
I think that's the same video I watched.
Oh, I need one of them motherfuckers to clear my path. Get all this fucking snow off around my shit. You know. That's why I was like, I wanted to come back west
Right.
with all this snow, but fuck it.
You know. I mean, it was a little
Nippy.
cloudy, I guess, but it's hard to tell, to recognize the clouds sometime when it be so hot. You feel me?
I'm surprised they
But
ain't got them shrimp scales though. They ain't got no shrimp chemtrails out there all all the covering
Well,
cloud.
you know, this Las Vegas, of course they got jets and all them stuff flying through the air all the time.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I barely be having a chance to see the sky out here in this motherfucker. It's always cloudy, foggy, or some shit.
Yeah. I
Used to
mean,
remember
actually, the
seeing
sky was real pretty this morning. I ain't gonna even front. The sky was real pretty this morning, you know? So,
compared to
yeah.
the year before. I barely seen the sky last year compared to the year. You could have been on go mode. That's what they have you on. That's go and work. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, you gotta work for the things you want in this world. You gotta work hard. You can't sleep.
You gotta work for us, motherfucker. Okay, we'll see.
You know?
I'm gonna give myself a few more years working for somebody else. You know,
Right. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's hard out here. But, you know, it's only as hard as you make it. You know, I feel like I'm going to laugh a little bit more. I'm going to smile a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want to dive into no negativity.
yeah. Unless it's about what they say revolution. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I'll dive into that.
Right.
I'll dive into some change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
But
cool
I
with
be
it.
telling people change starts with yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Like, if everybody was to take that knowledge and just push it forward, then let's see what it do. I mean, we pick up on all these other trends, and the world want to do all these other quick trends. You feel me? Why can't we do this one?
Because people don't want it because it ain't quick. People would rather be. That's why people don't grow. You know what I mean? You be seeing this motherfucker. You be like, okay, in the last 20 years, you still act the same. You still fucking act the same. You ain't add nothing to yourself.
Right.
You still got the same perspective. You still stuck in the same box.
I feel like some people be doing that to certain people just because they trying to, reserve their energy. They just give them the same person they used to having, you know? And I don't even think that's healthy, but
That shit have become your norm. If you
it'll become your norm. That's like you got a code switch for it's a different type of code switch for people you hang around and stuff like that. You give them this person they're used to, but that's really not who you are anymore. And that's why I moved around and changed a lot of things I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm really not down with that. I really don't like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? You outgrow certain things, you elevate, you evolve to a better you, or not a better you, or a mature you. You feel me?
and to
However
keep
you want to spin it.
with that momentum, you got to change your surroundings. You know what I mean? If I was gang banging when I was young, and I'm trying to be out there, I'm not gonna be hanging around with a bunch of gang bangers, niggas who still gang banging. No, I'm gonna be hanging
Right,
around with niggas who's working and doing whatever the fuck I'm trying to move on to. You know?
right. You're gonna be hanging around like-minded people, or like people that's on that same path as you.
Yeah, because niggas be fucking still gang banging. I'm like, nigga, you ain't got nothing from it. You 40, 50 years old still.
Right.
What is the point from you doing that shit still?
Right, and then they go out your way to destroy everything you now built because you not got out the game, and
I
you
feel
and
like
you doing your big one. You feel me? And now they want to come back
mhm.
either with a handout or with revenge because you didn't bring them with you or you left them behind.
I feel like there's a subconscious push that these motherfucking quote unquote street motherfuckers feel like, look, they ain't accomplished shit in their life, but gang banging and all that bullshit. So they want to make it seem like there's something in that that's respectable that you got to hold on to for some respect. Nigga, I don't respect you for doing none of that bullshit. It ain't that. If I respect you, it's gonna be for something else. It ain't gonna be for that. You know what I mean? People trying to keep on holding on to some shit because they think I wasted my life doing this shit. I gotta have something to be respectable for it. No, most of y'all motherfuckers didn't stand on code
Right.
at all. You know what I mean? The shit changed.
Yeah.
Every
Exactly.
year the shit got worse and worse and less, more egregious and less honorable. You know what I mean?
Right. And
So
that's why it's hard for people out here to even think about being in a decent relationship with some people, because you got some people that think, oh, if I love you, you got to give me this, you got to give me that. No, you don't.
sometimes I love you mean I gotta say no to your ass.
Exactly.
I gotta tell your ass that you wrong.
Sometimes I love you enough to leave.
Yeah,
I love my peace more to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, people got to start being real with themselves. You know it ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be 100.
people be holding on to some fucking romanticized fantasy. You know what I mean? At some point, you gotta be like this. Okay, a motherfucker ain't gonna change unless they want to. Too. You know,
Right.
and most people don't see no need to change. You know what I mean?
Right.
Same way. Depending on how old they is, nigga, they ain't gonna change.
That part.
Nigga, they might get worse. You know, they ain't gonna change. They might get a little better, but it'd be the same shit. Unless they want
Exactly.
to, unless they put it to their mind and say, okay, I consciously got to switch it up a little bit.
You know.
Some people just switch it up any little bit all the time. That you know what I mean? Just
And
keep
you
on.
know, most men and women, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be more about action than what they say. If they real about their shit, they're gonna be more about that action. And you're gonna see the action, then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, this is consistent. They're reliable. They got me and stuff like that. And then they start reciprocating it or whatever. You feel me? And then you go from there.
I feel like people be wanting to be seen. You know what I mean? But they be wanting to be seen by the wrong motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Right. It's an
I,
image. What
yeah,
can give me the most likes?
you know what I mean? They don't. It's quantity over quality. Instead of picking the right people around them, they just want to have some people around them. You know what I mean? Like, I I never just want to have some people around me. I'd rather be by myself. You know what I mean? I'd rather just be doing my dolo shit.
Exactly.
No dolo shit. You know what I mean? Than to have to fucking. I'm not no entertainment for niggas. I don't like most of the time, motherfucker. You're irritating me right now, so I don't really want to be around you anyway. I need my space. Niggas
That
need they.
part.
You feel me? So especially if you're on some bullshit, I don't want to entertain that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Back when I was younger, I'll entertain more shit than I'll entertain now. I'm not about to entertain no bullshit right now. You know what I mean?
Man, there's people in their 50s and stuff still out here thinking they a damn player and stuff like that. They need to sit their old ass down and find somebody that's gonna love them and love them and them love them back or some shit like that. Like, ain't nobody got time for all of that.
What that
You
nigga
know
say?
what I'm saying? If you want to be a 50-year-old player out here with a whole bunch of young girls and you think you on top of the world because you 50 and you pulling 20-year-olds and stuff like that, okay.
You know,
Wait till
you
your
know
account dry up and then we'll see how many girls you got swinging.
that remind me of a song Nas called had called Second Childhood. You know what I mean? He's in his second childhood. You know what I mean?
Right.
It is. He's some grown ass kids. You know what I mean? They want to look like these rappers. These rappers is lame. Let's keep it real. They're lame and they fake and they do nothing for their people.
And let's keep it real. They going home to their woman or they man or whichever one they swinging with. You feel me?
You know, or they're not happy. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. And I'm talking about the I'm talking about you know the main ones, the mainstream ones. I ain't talking about just every rapper. I'm talking about the main niggas that people be following.
Right. The main ones you hear, the main one. The main ones you see in every fucking thing. They in every damn commercial. They on every radio commercial. They at every fucking music award, video award, TV award, whatever the fuck. They there everywhere.
You know, and we need to just start focusing on these children. You know what I mean? Make sure that they could read. You know, make sure that they could write. Make sure that they could think for themselves. You know what I mean? Make sure that they ain't bamboozled by all this celebrity bullshit.
Right. So what's gonna happen if they don't have TikTok or YouTube or any of these outlets to turn to for any kind of information, and they have to actually go to a library because they're building up libraries, they making libraries better with more things in it, and pick up a book, figure out what a catalog is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think what would happen from that is growth and development. Like they will
yeah.
grow and they will develop into, you know, better human beings than motherfuckers who just fed everything off of the internet. You know what I
Right,
mean?
but I'm gonna give some of them credit. Some of them do they research and they go and pick the book up and they really dive in. Some of them dive in a little bit too much, but they dive in. You feel me?
You know, do they even have book fairs and shit still?
What you talking about? Like the books they sell through the kids? They got
Yeah,
our kids working for free and shit, and I don't agree with that.
I'm talking about like, you know, the book fairs from the school used to have a little pamphlet they used to give. I haven't seen one of those in a few years. You know what I mean? Where you could go to
Right, because they need to start paying our kids to sell them books.
Mama,
Hmm?
we're not selling the books. That's for kids to go and buy books and toys and stuff.
No, when I was coming up, that was for
Oh,
kids to sell books, just like how they sell the chocolates.
yeah. Speaking of the school shit, did you hear that in the Epstein file, the place that be taking pictures of the kids in school was in it?
No, I think they on the Epstein file. Check it out. See if Girl Scouts on there. I think they cookies are bad. I think I did a post about them. I did a TikTok about Girl Scout cookies. We can't fuck with them no more. Life changes. Things you can and can't do no more. Let's dive into it now.
Did you hear about that?
What?
The you know the picture, the company that take pictures of kids at their school,
Yep.
they was in the files.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You know, and that just opens up the theory again that people already had about these schools being tied to trafficking.
And the audacity to have us pay for the fucking yearbooks.
Yeah.
So it's like when you think about it, it's messed up because we had to pay. Our parents had to buy yearbooks.
Mm-hmm. But they paying for the exploitation of their own children. That's fucked up. Without unbeknownst, I gotta say that unbeknownst.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And these people had their hands in everything, any type of thing you could think of. He had his hands in.
Shit, at this point, we need to start thinking of our kids. Everybody is something like a celebrity, and you can't take their picture unless you paying. But damn, that's the same thing. So nope, can't do that shit neither. I mean, either way, like you can't even like. It's like it's bad to even say that now.
You can't win.
You feel me? I remember back in the day when we went to go see our favorite stars and stuff. Like, yeah, we had to take a picture, and they'll charge us like $5 to get the fucking picture or whatever. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like AI not changed everything, so all that shit is out.
You know, they got
welcome to 2026 and beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like that's why this shit is, you know, it's a game. You know what I mean? All of this shit is a script. You know what I mean? All of these people is playing parts. You know, the most important part is what part you gonna play, what part we gonna play. We just can't play
Exactly.
what they want us to do.
And depending on what part you play, are you gonna be okay if you don't see some of the people you used to fuck with? Are you gonna be okay?
You know, people.
Mentally, because a lot of people don't think about this mental shit. A lot of people are losing their marbles right now because a lot of people are rushing and cracking open their third eye and stuff, and they're not even ready to even handle it. Bless you.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, they're gonna have to handle it. You know what I mean? Because the shit gonna be out there, whether they should open or close. You know what I
I
mean?
know,
Myself,
but they got to be ready for that shit mentally. Like mentally,
yeah. But they should be based off of all the shit that's been going on the past years. We should we all heard some bits, some form of this shit. Whether we believed it at the time we heard it, that's another discussion. But we all heard this shit over the last few years. Unless you like young, like people should, they shouldn't be too surprised. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Unless they put
even
all
this
their faith
younger
into
generation, no.
they put all their faith into these politicians. That would when they be surprised they fully love Bill and Trump and all of these people. They love them with their whole heart. They fight and argue with people over them all the time. These people might be brainwashed and not really. You should know what's going on. It happened before. You know,
Right, like the NPCs and stuff. Like, yeah.
they were doing shit like that in slavery.
You got those like the people in the video games, they got that one line. No matter how many times you go to them, they're gonna ask you the same damn question or tell you the same damn shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's what I call them type of people.
yeah. These
But
people these people are the same motherfuckers. Look, and some of these people, it said that they be drinking blood and doing all of this shit. So it might be the same motherfucker or the same quote unquote consciousness in these vessels that they be using. So these the same motherfuckers who did slavery and all of that shit back then. The same people, either them or their family, the relatives. They never got
right,
punished or blamed for none of that shit. They just started owning different businesses and corporations. These the
right,
same.
like people say it's just a cycle, like just
And we got to question. They say Epstein, you know what I mean, but we know this was happening before Epstein. There was a motherfucker who owned the island before Epstein. I gotta believe that he was doing the same shit because it was some shit came out that he did. Like well, there was somebody else in somewhere off of Detroit, the coast of Detroit, who did something similar. But the person who owned I'm pretty sure he was doing similar shit, and the person who owned it before him probably was doing similar shit. I think this shit been going on since the end of slavery. You know what I mean? Or shit like this. You know what I mean? So that's a lot.
right.
The shit never ended. It just we see now, and now we low key waking up to the lies and the falsities and history and all of this stuff. It's deep.
Right. Just like I used to say back in the day, oh, these companies, they don't really be going out of business. They just scratch the name and change the name.
That's
You
what
know
they
what I'm saying? Change the color of the building, switch the colors up. Instead of orange on red, it's red on orange. You feel me? It's like
that's
they just
exactly what it
it's just a switch up. You know what I mean?
is.
And then it's like these major companies be funding these smaller shell companies, and then you got your umbrella companies and stuff like that. And it's a clusterfuck at the end of the day. And,
Yeah.
and everything got to be cleared out.
Think
And
about
that's why we want to push independent business owners and you know what I mean?
yeah. Think about this. When I was working, I noticed some of the name brand. Like I'll just take cereal. They'll just say Frosted Flakes. I'll notice a name brand Frosted Flakes, and I'll notice a fucking generic Frosted Flakes. Right? You would think that there would be some discrepancy within the name or the trademark or something. Lo and behold, these companies are owned by the same people.
Right.
So they sell you the cheap shit and the expensive shit. It's the same shit, different packaging. It's the same.
Right. Just throw a little bit more sugar on that shit. These flakes didn't come out these flakes didn't come out perfect, so we're gonna put them in the off-brand box. You
Look,
feel me?
General Mills is known for doing that. General Mills got a bunch of brands that taste just like the name brand one. It's the same shit, and they own both versions of the motherfucker. So that tells me if they don't get you this way, they're gonna get you that way. If they don't get you with Republicans, they're gonna get you with Democrat. If they don't get you with Christianity,
Basically, they're gonna get you with the working class and the rich class.
yeah,
And you know what I'm saying? It's like it's
yeah.
weird.
They
It's
don't get
just
the
like
rich
in
niggas
some of
from
these
that
food
way.
banks and stuff, they be giving frozen food and stuff to the unhoused and stuff. I'm like,
That's real thoughtful.
I mean, I'm just gonna cook it on the pavement on Las Vegas streets. When it gets super hot, I'm gonna grill me a breast. You
And
know
they
what
like
I
this.
mean?
They like
But you
this.
know, some of them do have like little grills and hot plates and stuff like that.
Hey, look,
But you know,
some of them niggas is resourceful as a motherfucker. Like,
hell yeah,
you
they
know what I
are
mean?
very resourceful.
Especially the ones who
Like,
are not strung out. Especially the ones who are not strung out. They live there by their own merit because they don't want to be connected to the government and shit. Especially them ones
right,
who,
that's how they feel they have their total freedom
yeah.
to a certain extent.
Because there is some people like that ain't druggies and shit that they got a right mind that they just don't want to be
Right.
connected to this
You
bullshit.
know what this one unhoused person told me?
What was
You
that?
have your most like informants and undercover people as homeless people
I can
or
believe it.
unhoused people or whatever. And I was like, I believe it. I mean, if you watch the movies, sometimes cops make like they homeless and stuff like that because they undercover
That's
or
how
whatever.
that's how DMX got a nigga in Belly. I think he was trying to act homeless, trying to act like he was
Oh
trying
yeah, I remember that clip.
yeah, he got that nigga and left. It was either Belly or something. I think it was Belly,
Yeah, I think it was Belly also.
but how much spies are out there? How many motherfuckers on the street driving are really there the drive? Somebody made a theory that said all of these people that's driving are just not real drivers. They just people that's paid to just crowd up the streets to irritate you.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that shit too. Did I tell you that shit? I believe people that buy white cars and stuff, they out there just for show. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like, well, who the fuck gonna buy a white car unless you law enforcement, somebody, you know what I mean? But that was then. You know what I mean? Now I see a lot of people just buying white cars and
Sometimes,
you know
depending
what
on the car it is, that shit be looking clean as a motherfucker when it's on that light. You like that shit clean as a motherfucker.
I mean, when I was coming up, man, you could have got you a car in any kind of damn color and stuff. Now, most of the colors of the cars are like the same damn color unless you go and get it custom painted.
I remember try to help you look for a car back in the day. Motherfuckers had posters for $500, $800 for cars and shit. You don't see that shit now.
Right. You don't see that shit now. Now it's thousands,
And then you buy it
thousands
like
of dollars.
yeah.
I feel like once you turn 18, or no, since they got it 25, once you turn 25, these car lots should be giving everybody a fucking car. The fuck out of here. What you
Huh,
mean?
huh. Some of these
They
niggas don't
just
need to be
sitting there.
driving. No,
They're
no,
just sitting
no.
there.
Some of these niggas don't need to be driving. Some of these kids don't need to be driving. They need, you know what I mean? Some of these regular grown folks don't need to be driving. They don't know how to drive and they be driving inebriated. These some non-driving
Okay,
motherfuckers.
okay. Since we on the driving
Especially out
topic,
there in
what
Vegas. I
is
know
the
them niggas
oldest
out there.
age? What's the oldest age they should stop driving at?
The oldest age they should stop driving? You said oldest?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because I feel like it depends on the person. I feel like they should have some type of physical or something maybe. You know what I mean to
So
determine
if
that
they
because
can't
some old
see,
people, yeah, some old people are better at shit than others. You know what I mean? Some of them are more capable than others.
That's true. That is true. And some of
Then
them
I feel
drive
like,
crazy
but
to
then I
keep it
feel like,
100. They think they own the damn street.
but I feel like if they gonna tell this motherfucker they can't drive, they got to give them an alternative. Okay, we got this pickup place to pick you up and take you places or something.
Yeah,
Or
but
give them a
then
free
that's
lift
taking up majority
voucher,
of their time.
or give them a lift voucher or some shit. You know what I mean? Like
I
something.
mean,
Because they don't want to just be stuck, because once you stop, that's when you go. You feel me?
right, because I see a lot of the elderly like walking to the stores carrying their shit. And I'm like, they ain't got no niece, no nephew, nobody that can help
But
them. But
they
I
gotta
found
be
out that
active.
some of the elderly want to do this shit on their own.
Yeah, and a lot of times they gotta be active. Like how many times you hear somebody retiring and then they dying?
Right,
That just happened to a motherfucker I think that worked in my company that I'm working for.
man.
I'd be like, you can't even enjoy the hard the fruits of your labor.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then that goes
That's
back
why
to,
they say you be working for the next generation. Like you working like this generation working for the next one. Working it's
and that,
like we won't be able to see it in this lifetime, but they'll be able to maybe see it in their lifetime, hopefully.
look, and that all that shit goes back into these corporations feeding us with poison, giving us shit that they say is good, but it's not good. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, so motherfuckers just need time to relax, rebuild, and we need true food and nutrition, not this shit that
Yeah,
they're giving us.
yeah.
This
And
shit
go
hold
back to like herbal medicine or something like that because man,
you know, and people killing the earth. They talking about fuck the earth and they don't want to be here. It ain't the earth. It's these demons that's on the motherfucker. The earth did nothing wrong. It was
right.
itself.
And it should go back to homeostasis. I feel like that's what it's doing. Is like it's just doing a cleanse and
We got to
you know.
respect earth. We got to respect where we live. And I don't want to go to the moon. Let them people go to the moon. They're going to hit that firmament and blow up. That's what's going to happen. They're not going to the fucking moon.
I mean, shit. Close your eyes and just
They're not
envision that you're going to the fucking moon, and then just do it. You feel me? Like I'm confused. I'm like,
Yeah. You know what? I always used to think when I close my eyes, it looked like space or the universe or whatever that. You know what I mean? 'Cause you even see colors and shit, just like they be having out there. Just like
right. I was thinking. I was like, okay. When you close your eyes, it's like you turning your Android off, and then you going to do your own shit somewhere else.
yeah. Let me go check these niggas in the next dimension. They got me fucked.
one day I woke up and I was like, damn, this bitch won't let me sleep. Like, dang. It's like she getting up.
I was going to ask you.
I felt my body say something totally different from what my mind wanted it to do. My mind was up and ready and moving around. My body was like, I want to keep my eyes closed.
It be like that. You be wanting to do shit though, like, cause sometimes it be feeling like you be losing time in the day because
Yeah.
it goes by so fast. You wake up, it's nighttime. You take a nap at 12. You wake up, it's nighttime. You're like, what the fuck?
Right. But you know what I've been realizing also, like, I be having like a whole day planned and stuff, and I realize I can get done with everything in like a few hours.
Hmm.
And I be like, damn, I have my whole day planned and I just got done with everything that fast.
Yeah, I mean,
But
you should
then when nighttime comes, it feels like I'm rushing to get things done. And I'm like, the
I be,
hell going on?
I be feeling like I be rushing to do shit too, and then the shit that I really want to do when it's time for me to do it, I just don't feel like doing it. About time I get to it. You know what I mean? I'll be rushing on everything else. What I really want to do, because I'll be wanting to give it my full time, but I'll be like, maybe tomorrow, because I'll be in a better position to give it more of my undivided attention. I'll be wanting
Right.
undivided attention because I remember them days where I could just put all of my energy into my art. You know what I mean? All of it. Like a lot of times where the hours and hours just on it. You know what I mean? But it's like I ain't got that much time as I did before. You know what I mean?
Right.
Time going by faster. You know what I mean? Every day
So do
seems
you think, since we talking about time and stuff, I just asked this question before we close out or whatnot. Since we talking about time and with AI and the robots and stuff like that, do you think if each home had a robot to do the things that the parent or whatever would normally do, would that free up more time for them to be with family, to maybe work on creating a business or building a passion and creating something?
yeah, but how much time would that last when that robot go kill your ass because you treating it like a slave and leaving it out of all the fun activities of the family because you don't treat it or see it the same as them? Yeah. So I'll be
Right.
come on, whatever the robot name.
Because you think about it, they learn on the job. So they're gonna pick up your what different characteristics you have. They're
Yeah.
gonna pick up
You know
different
how
attitude,
you know
different,
how you know how niggas be sometimes. You know what I mean? If they pick up that some of that nigga shit, they gonna be like, I ain't about to take this shit, nigga.
and they're gonna be like, I know this robot just did not call me no nigga, and they're gonna flip their mind.
No.
And the robot gonna be like, high reflection, high reflection.
You're gonna be like, I'm about to leave this motherfucking house. You can have the bitch. Like that's it. Because the way when you said high reflection, it seemed like he turned his head toward you. High reflection, like a smart ass way, like high reflection, like
Right.
like nigga,
Like, what if they created a
whatever it is.
robot that reflected what you were giving?
That'd
What
be
the,
wait. The robot reflected you.
right, like
That'd be
okay,
a cold
so
ass robot. I'll have that motherfucker. That motherfucker could kick it with me. That nigga.
you feel me?
That
But
nigga.
you
Ooh,
think
like
about
me,
that,
nigga.
some
Yeah.
people are not gonna be able to take what they dish out.
Hey, well, I'm gonna just have to learn. That's gonna have to. That's gonna make me get myself in check. You know what?
Right,
You're right. You're right.
right.
You're
We
right.
built this robot for y'all niggas to really work on y'all
What
healing,
what they
y'all
call it?
journey,
Yo, what they call it? A shadow work.
your
That's a shadow
shadow
work
work.
robot. Yeah, that's the shadow work robot. Yeah, that maybe if
But
they
make
could come
sure
up
it's
with
a
something,
balance because you don't want to put all the bad shit into the robot.
that motherfucker, an evil doppelganger, and then you'd be like, how did I not see this shit? This nigga see
Right. That's
you would have
wild.
went
Like
that
I'm
way.
gonna keep all the good parts about me, and I'm gonna give you all the other stuff I don't want right now. But then
Yeah.
you wouldn't be whole. It wouldn't, you would take away some of the experiences that you had to go through to make yourself that better person. Like,
It's gonna be a reflection of you. Plus, it's gonna have that AI aspect to where nigga, you treating me like a slave.
right, right. I think at this point, I need to be like, it's time to put the blunt down, girl. It's time.
Hey, what if that robot say that shit to you?
I'm gonna be like, you
Huh?
telling me to put the blunt down, but yet you rolling them. That's exactly.
They'll be like, you right. Your
You're
motherfucker.
right. You're right. I'm just mad at the point I can't feel the high. I feel the high enough for both of us. Don't worry.
Wow, that motherfucker gonna end up stealing your fucking body. Like you gonna be in the robot, motherfucker. Y'all gonna swap. You said now she'll be like, now I get the pleasure of smoking. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? You gotta watch me. Or whatever it is, eating, whatever it is, you know what I mean? I wonder if they really wonder if they wonder how food and shit tastes based off of the reactions of humans. Like I wonder if they think like I wonder how that shit tastes. It look good as fuck. These dumb
I
humans
mean,
made it
could they
impossible.
do?
You
I
said what?
mean, couldn't they imagine what it may taste like though, right? Oh, you talking about if the robot actually had taste buds.
I mean, if he doesn't visualize tasting some shit that look good, you know what I mean?
Right, because we
I
know
wanna be
everything
him.
that look good don't taste good.
And plus, they might be like, I know what the fuck that shit's made of. I'm good. They might be
Right, they probably analyze the shit before they even take it.
like, that's poison. You can eat
I
it.
mean, just think if we had that. Well, I think we do have that tool if we access it, but
Hey,
you
look,
know,
niggas know McDonald's ain't shit. Niggas still be going. You know what I
right?
mean? Niggas know all these places ain't shit. Niggas still be going. Maybe it's gonna be they slowly stop. I think it'd be more so they slowly stop. You know what I mean? But they too fucking expensive. You know what I mean? Fuck them.
Or just force all these companies to really cook the food the right fucking way. But the problem is a shortage of supplies on the food, right?
There's a shortage
And
on.
that's why they going into like the 3D printing and like these alternatives and like the Impossible Burger and shit. Like,
We also gotta realize that some of these motherfuckers ain't as good as they used. These workers is trash now. These workers ain't as good as they used to be. So
I
part of
mean,
it
you
is
might as well
work.
have a robot back there serving your food. At least you gonna get some decent customer service. The same shit, unless
But you're
they
not.
flip out.
But you ain't gonna get no extra. Don't think about you. Your shit gonna be weighed and measured approximately perfectly. Nigga,
As
they
it
ain't gonna get no
should.
extra nothing. They
As
ain't gonna
it
get no extra.
should.
No, they ain't gonna
As
get no
it
fries at the
should.
bottom of the bag or nothing.
As it
They gotta-
should. If your ass want extra, order another damn
Niggas
meal.
ain't looking for that extra little shit at the bottom of the bag. It make you feel like, okay, it was worth it. They gave me a little bit extra. They hooked it up. Instead of them
No.
being stingy and not giving you enough fries. You know, we
Bruh,
already know.
they out here charging you 25 cents for sweet and sour sauce and shit like that when you order nuggets. Like,
Yeah, so we don't need robots measuring shit. We need heavy-handed fry
I'm
givers.
confused on how they give you 10 nuggets and give you one damn sweet and sour sauce and thinking you gonna dip your nuggets in. Like, come on now.
Like, nigga, all of this shit poison, you bitch ass nigga. Give me my shit.
Shit,
Give
I
me
need
my
something to base this damn meat you trying to feed me. Like,
Yeah. It's gonna further your agenda, motherfucker. Give me them few more of them packets for free. You used to
right,
get
and I'm
about
just to
they
show
used
you how I'm gonna eat this shit and how it ain't gonna work.
niggas, hey, look, niggas used to give niggas a handful of sauces and shit.
Right, they didn't care back in the day. Now you gotta ask for napkins, you gotta ask for ketchup, salt, pepper.
They used to put all that shit in the bag. The salt, the pepper, nigga. I got a burger and you giving me a spoon, nigga, a spork?
You know what I'm saying? Nigga talking about, oh, we're not putting extra salt on the fries. Nigga, you ain't even serving me real fucking French fries.
Nigga,
Let's
that's a
keep it
fake
100. These
McDonald's
plastic
potato.
fries.
We know y'all
We
niggas got
calling them
fake
fries.
potatoes.
We calling them
Motherfuckers the
fries.
balls, nigga.
Like, yeah. Like, what you mean?
Nigga, they be drying out niggas' intestines and shit. You know what I mean? That one
You
niggas
know,
stomach
fry
issues be
them
coming.
up.
That's one niggas stomach issues be coming from the salty ass, evaporating, draining McDonald's fry. Them motherfuckers be soggy, but they don't dissolve.
But
They don't
let's
fucking
keep it
dissolve.
100. Let's keep it 100. If all shit was to break loose and hit the fan, every nigga, every person would be in that damn store getting all that processed shit, getting all the canned good, dry goods, graham crackers, whatever they ain't gonna stale, they gonna grab that shit.
Yeah, nigga, we grabbing the candy too. We grabbing candy off the shelves, bullshit that we don't need. You know what I
Be like,
mean?
yeah, y'all
We
think
do all
y'all
that
got us?
shit.
Nah. We gonna still eat this shit, even though we know what y'all doing with it, but we gonna survive so we can defeat y'all ass.
Yeah, we're
That's
gonna
how people be really thinking, I think.
we some
I
alchemists.
feel
We gonna
like
turn that
anything I touch is blessed. Anything I touch is good for me. You feel
alchemy.
me?
It's
My
alchemy.
energy gonna make sure it's good for me. You
It's
feel
alchemy.
me?
We're gonna turn that sugar into the gold. You know what I mean? You're gonna be able to make something, even if you're gonna eat, it's gonna give you energy for a little bit. You know, it'll keep you up for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're gonna take
It's what
everything
you do with that energy while you have it, though. You feel me?
off the motherfucking shelves. Nigga, like everything gonna get took off that shelf in that time. Cause we taking everything. Cause we could use everything. Nigga,
Yeah,
especially
my crew already know. We're gonna have a few go for the food. We're gonna have the other go for the supplies we need. You feel me? If we ain't already got it, get the shit we need. Get what we missing.
hmm
You
And
know
then we
what I'm
also
saying?
gonna have to have a motherfucker focus on cultivation. You know
Right.
what I mean? Something gonna have to get grown because there's gonna be a time where shit is,
Right. I see a person going in there just taking all the seeds. Like, I'm
Bitch,
taking
you
all
gotta
the
get it for
seeds.
me. You gotta get it for me.
I feel like people gonna be in there fighting over seeds. You know?
Look, I'm gonna go getting some apples, some shit with some seeds in them, and I could use them seeds. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
gonna fight over them seeds. I'm gonna get this food with seeds in them, and then I'm gonna eat that shit, and I'm gonna go use them seeds. We keeping all this, nigga, potatoes, everything, nigga, because you can make a bunch of shit out of something. We always gonna have to have, and we gotta make sure none of this shit get wasted. Nigga, we get some potatoes, cut them shits up, freeze them shits,
You would think they would have learned that shit from back in the day when they was giving people scraps and they turned that shit into 4-course meals.
Yeah,
They had desserts, appetizers, and a meal. You
yeah.
feel me?
You know what? How much shit could get made out of peanuts? How much shit could
Too
get
much
made out
shit.
of potatoes?
Papa got my
You know,
papa.
you know what I mean? With them potatoes, we might have to figure out how we can conduct a bunch of electricity out of them shits.
I mean, in school we did a project where we had to get electricity from a potato, and it is possible.
Yeah, because everything got all of these
And
fruits.
it did light up the damn light bulb for a little bit. You feel me?
Now we just got to figure out how to use this free energy that's already around. There's energy everywhere. These
Hmm.
assholes, bottle up everything and sell it when it's free. You know what I mean? And then they go around and trying to act like they should be held at some high. Fuck your esteem and fuck your title. I don't give a fuck about none of that. So anybody coming at motherfuckers with the title, nigga, fuck you and your title. Don't care. Nigga, fuck you and your motherfucking title.
Right.
Like niggas don't give a fuck about that shit no more. That's just something that separates you from the average
We
folks. You feel like you better. Nigga, fuck you.
really don't, because now a lot of people with those titles and stuff are doing so much cricket stuff. It's like people is not recognizing them. You don't have the integrity, you know? So,
They need a mud hole stumped in their fucking ass. Like these niggas need to be, you know, dealt with.
and they will be. You feel me? And they will be. Somebody gonna deal with them.
Mm-hmm. Not anybody. God. For sure. God for sure.
Yeah, the creator. Yeah.
You know.
But until then, I'll pop my popcorn and sip my tea. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be on here checking it out, trying to catch what I can catch. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be wanting you to dive into like all the serious stuff, all the stuff that everybody is already talking about, or what they want to call trending and stuff like that. I don't move like that. Like, I just like having conversation and talk about things that, that hit people, things that people want to bring up and discuss, and just have an open dialogue, a decent conversation about it. You feel me? And
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes we may have those structured conversations where we trying to stay just on that topic. But like in today's time right now, it's so much going on and everything is seeming to connect. It's
Yeah.
hard to stay just on one topic when you really need to be hitting every line,
Yeah.
every angle,
Yeah.
every perspective, every point of view, or whatever the fuck you want to call it in today's language. You know what I'm saying? We watching.
Yeah. And who's to say, You know, when they come down 100 years from now and they write the Bible that depicts this time, I wonder they're gonna say are the demons, they're gonna say are the angels, who they gonna say is who. You know what I mean? Just think about that. There's prophets out here still too. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Or how about this? Let's do one even better. How about everybody just write their own damn book about themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Stop
And even
letting
if you don't,
everybody else tell your story. Write your book and put it out.
yeah. And even if you don't write it, it's out there somewhere in the Coptic record.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
in the record of the
Exactly.
universe. You know what I
So
mean?
you feel me? Any closing remarks?
Don't let fear, you know, run you. You know, don't give all of these people and these things and these entities power over you because they're not that powerful. They
Right,
just
and the powers is within.
they just
Yeah.
seem that way. You know what I mean? It's just an illusion. It's just an illusion. You got more strength than what you think. You know what I mean?
Right. And if you think about it, if you look at some of the movies and stuff, not to jump from the closing remarks or whatever, but if you look at some of the movies and stuff like the thrillers and stuff, they feed off your fear.
Mm-hmm. They do.
You know, just like in Monster Inc., they was feeding off the fear until they learned how to feed off the laughs, you know? So keep that in mind, you guys. But yeah, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Check us out next week. We're gonna come back with some new stuff. We might just be working on some music. I think we just gonna dive into some music and listen to some fresh shit, some new stuff people been working on.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like a good place to go.
Right. You know, I like to do heavy then light, heavy then you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like keep a nice little balance. So you guys, until next time, stay high.
All right. Peace.